Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So we're getting caught up on the last little bit of Shonen Jump content for this weekend. So we just finished off Kaiju and Goku Rakugai. Kaiju number 8 and Goku Rakugai. I was supposed to say Goku Rakugai number 8, but that's not right. We also got around to the last two chapters of Akane-Banashi. So we're just going to get around to the next one here in just a second. So like I mentioned in the other videos, read-throughs will be back sometime next weekend. Once I've had a chance to rest and recuperate a little bit more. So look forward to that. But in the meantime, there's still a lot of good content coming your way this weekend. So if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But without further ado, let us dive into it. Akane-Banashi chapter 135, Apprenticing. With Rakugo supervision by Kiki Haishiya, story by Yuki Suenaga, art by Takamasa Moe, translation by Stephen Paul, and lettering by Sneeron. So we see as Akane and Rara get into a Shinkansen, you have the story Kuroku Kashiwaya performed was time soba. What Shiguma-kun said was, it was so stunning that he completely forgot about the pain. And Akane is like, and that's when they decide to apprentice under him? And she's like, yes, or at least they tried. You see him just laughing with, what? You want to be my apprentices? Not interested. Nope, get lost. You see them both taken aback by this. And Shiguma's like, why not? We're serious about this. Teach us how to do that amazing stuff the way you did it. And he's like, listen, I recognize your spirit, but forget about it. And Isho is like, and he's like, drops to his knees and goes, please take us in. I'm begging you. And you see Shiguma doing a dozegazi, like, yeah, me too. Please teach us. And he's like, well, at least you guys are honest. Raise your heads. He's like, are you sure this is what you want to do? He's like, anyway, this is partially my fault for dragging you to the show. He's like, think hard about the life you want to lead. And I see Shiguma later with the, damn it! What's his problem? More like Kuroku Kashiwaya. It's like, I actually thought he was amazing. It's why I got down on my hands and knees, but then he... And you see Isho's just silent. And you see Shiguma just like bumps into him as he comes to a stop. He's like, why did you stop? And I see the Yakuza from before just taking a smoke break in the street. Like, it's that Yakuza. And Shiguma's like, let's go around the other way. He's like, hey, bro! And you see Isho just walking up to him going, what did you mean when you called him Captain Rakugo? And he's like, beat it. And you see Isho just like bowing to him and goes, please, I'm asking you, tell us about him. And he's like, bro. And Yakuza just looks at him and closes his eyes and goes, I met him in battle during the war. We were drafted to fight. They sent us right into battle. I saw people get blown apart like fireworks. We ran out of supplies. Tons of folks starved out there. Death was all around. I didn't want to see or hear anything happening around me. But in the midst of pure hell, you see a bunch of soldiers like gather around this one guy that's performing Rakugo, going, the captain's Rakugo was the one thing I heard plain and clear. I asked him, how can you remain calm like that? And he goes, Rakugo is a trait about describing the nature of humanity. Laugh when you're happy, cry when you're sad. If a Rakugoka gives up his humanity, he's got nothing left. And Yakuza's like, I might be an outcast, but even I was moved by that. Sounds silly to you, huh? And they see as they're walking off, they're both thinking about the laugh when you're happy, cry when you're sad. You hear a thank you very much. And Kyo's like, oh, boys. He's like, what? Are you all right? Your faces are so swollen. And they think back to when the Yakuza brat like backhanded them. Like, Miss Kiyoye, it's like, we're sorry to have worried you like this. Please forgive us. And they both just like bow down in front of her. She's just surprised. She goes, you're darn right, you little hooligans. So I'm glad you're all right. As they're both just like, as Shiguma at least is crying. So all right, raise your heads and get inside. You see there's a huge crowd of people inside, all just munching on some soba. Hold on, sorry, let me start to pull up the chapter if I can. Sorry. Yes, you see like there's a huge crowd of people. Sorry, wrong panel. So there's a huge crowd of people inside the soba shop. He's like, this crowd, what happened? He's like, this always happens after he does a soba story. He's like, I couldn't wait. It's like, I couldn't wait for this. He's like, right? Master Kuroko, and you see him just back in his corner slurping up another bowl. He's like, rah! They're just after your delicious soba, Kiyoe. He's like, thanks for the food. Here's my tab in full. And he's like, oh, it's fine. Look how many customers you bought. He's like, take it. It's yours. He's like, now then. I could hear every word you boys said. Sounds like you did what I asked of you. And he's like, so, what's next? He just smiles at them. Jeff, from that point on, they became his living apprentices. And you see them trying to like sit down like at the Rakugo position. And you see Shigemo trying to practice Jugumu. As they're doing like all the cleaning and cooking and practicing. And you see them also going and meeting with Urara as well in a cafe she's working at. And then it was their first time backstage. And you have I was told not to let either of you two have an opening slot. Don't expect to see any action here. And he's like, huh? It's like, that's the end of this story's Makura. Next is how the feud started. You have, oh, who decided on that? And this is the other apprentice, the guy with the other master that had the lightning eyebrows. It's like, it was Kuroko Anisan and my master, Miroku Kashiwaya. Oh, God. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, so I guess not too much more thoughts like that. But yeah, I don't know, like, again, just in the current climate with everything else going on, the whole line about, like, you know, Rocco's a trait about describing the nature of humanity. I don't know, man. That's just such a banger-ass line, like a way to describe it. So again, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, this chapter, I think, really is kind of showcasing and emphasizing the importance of the arts, especially in, like, you know, times of war, times of grief and conflict. Like, the importance of still being able to have the arts around you and be able to have access to it. So yeah, I really do dig that a lot. But yeah, apart from that, not much more to say on this chapter. This was very much kind of transitionary. But I'm very much looking forward, like, where the conflict and stuff is going to go from here. But yeah, still very, very solid arc. Looking forward to the next part of it. So with all that said, I hope you all did enjoy this video. As always, if you did, you know, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, we got around to the Shonen Jump stuff this weekend, and the read-throughs will be back next weekend. So until next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.